Iterators traversing collections. An iterator is a cursor that moves through a collection one element at a time. While for each loops handles most iteration needs, for iterators become essential when we need to remove elements while traversing or require fine-grained control over traversal. And we have seen this one, we will get concurrent modification exception if we try to remove elements while iterating using our normal loops, right? So let's see again. The iterator interface. Every collection provides an iterator through the iterator method. It has three core methods. So iterator, this one, list.iterator. So let's see. We will see this one with our array list. Okay. We can remove these things, and now here we can this one, and if you go here, then here basically you will find one itr. Okay, so we have this class here that implements iterator. Okay, so we have here some things like some variable cursor, last element returned, expected mode count equals to mode count. Okay, we have some method has next, remove, forEachRemaining, and we will see that. So while it.has next, then we can access that, and if should remove element, then let's say we have one condition, then we can remove this one as well. So we can remove elements while iterating if we use iterator, because here we made these two variables equals, okay, explicitly. So this one is one thing, and we will also see list iterator. So an optimized version of abstract list iterator. So we'll see. First method we have has next, returns true if more elements exist. Then we have next, returns next element and advances our cursor. Then we have remove, removes last element returned by next. So iterator versus for each. So let's say we have this array list, then we can use for each, clean and simple. Under the hood, our compiler converts this code, basically this code, to this one. Okay. And we can use iterator when we need to remove elements during iteration, access the iterator itself, then control iteration manually. Usually we don't need those. And we can do safe removal with iterator. Okay. Basically, if you use for each, then you cannot remove this one. Okay. We will get one exception, but we can remove this one if we use iterator. We have seen this example, so that's fine. Remove rules. Remove can only be called once per next call. Calling it twice or before calling next throws illegal state exception. Okay. So we can see that. We can add here this one. Okay, those things, that's fine. Now we can use iterator, this one. Now while this next, we can print this. So we called here, right, it.next. If we remove this, okay, that's fine, but we cannot call this one multiple times, it.remove. Let's see. If we run this one, you can see we got here illegal state exception. Okay. And also we cannot call our this method at the last index. Okay. If we compile this one and run this one will behave perfectly. That's fine. But if you try to call here as well, it.next, then also we will get one exception. Compile and run this one, no such element exception. Okay, so always check this one, it.has next. All right, alternative for remove, we can also use remove if is cleaner than manual iteration. Okay, Now list iterator by directional power. So our list provide list iterator and enhanced iterator that can traverse both directions. And basically we can also see. So we can first clear this, and rather creating just directly this one, this time we can create our list iterator. Okay. Okay, basically we can call this one. And if you go here, okay, not list one, but so you can see here, public interface list iterator extends java.util.iterator. This list iterator is only available for list implementations. So it adds something like backward traversal. It can provide previous, has previous, okay, and also some next index, previous index. We can also start from any position. That's completely fine. Okay, so we can compile this. We can just run this one. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now you can see our this IT cursor is at the end, and now we can traverse backward. So while IT dot has previous, okay, then we can print here, or basically we can also get, so prev index, so IT dot previous, this one will get will return our element, but we want index. Okay, so we can also do that. We can also get our element, so IT dot previous, okay, and then we can print anything, index, plus we can print here prev index. Then we can also print here index. Basically this one is one element, so let's make this like meaningful. So we can put here item. Okay, so that's fine. Compile this. Now we can also run this one. Okay, so you can see index 2, 1, and then 0. Okay, so that's how we can traverse backward. Okay, now we know that our cursor is back at the first index, and we can also start this one at any specific index as well. So we just have to pass that number. So what we can do here is we can, let's say, pass here 1. Okay, now we can traverse forward while it dot has next. Then we can print this. So system out dot println, and we can print here. Okay, this one. This time we will get only 2. Compile, just run this one. So you can see we got only 2. This one like 2 and 3, because we started from index 1. Okay, so that's how we can start from any particular index as well. Forward and backward, start from specific position. Now modify during iteration. So this one, then replace current element. So dot set we can use here. Okay, at any particular index if we want to replace. Insert element, that we can also do. Okay, okay, now some important methods. Has previous, next index, index of element that next would return, then previous index, set, add. Okay, now we have one famous exception, concurrent modification exception. This exception occurs when a collection is modified while being iterated except through the iterator itself. So collections basically track modification count, mode count, and iterators check it. So let's say you created this one, then if you added this one, modify collection directly, it.next, concurrent modification exception. Basically, if you try to add directly, and if you have created this one previously, then you will get this one. Okay, you have to use this one. Okay, we have some methods we can avoid. Use iterator.remove. Okay, use remove if you want direct removal. Okay, so third one we have collect and remove. First we can collect those elements we have to remove, then we can use remove all. Okay, we can use copy on write array list for concurrent scenarios. That's also fine. We will see this one later. But for now, let's say Iterable interface. So Iterable is the parent interface that makes for each possible. Any class implementing Iterable can be used in for each loops. Okay. So all collection classes implements this one, so we can use them. But if we want to use that this syntax like for each on our own custom class, then we can implement this one. Okay, so basically let's say we have this number range, then we can implement this one. Okay, and this one is constructor, that's fine. We can also like initialize our two final variables start and end in our constructor. Now here we can return one anonymous class, okay, that implement our iterator. Basically, if you know the syntax, our anonymous class is defined inline. Basically, we use this one time. So we can initialize our current here, and we can override this as next. If this one is less than or equals to end, then we can return true. And for integer next, you can like increment this one. Now we can use this one, okay, for int of num in a new number range 1 to 5, like that. Now let's see for each remaining. Process all remaining elements with a lambda cleaner than a while loop. So let's say we have this list, okay, then we created one iterator and we moved our iterator 2 steps. Okay, now we can process remaining things or elements using for each remaining. So, okay, this one is method reference. We will see that one in our functional interfaces. But for now, you can see we can use that. We can print this one, okay. We can copy this. We can just print this one, compile this and run this one. So you can see we got only C, D, and E, not A and B, okay. And this one is cleaner than like our while loop, like we use while our has next, something like that syntax, right? So we can use directly for each remaining. Now specialized iterators, different collections provide specialized iterators. So for DQ, descending iterator, for reverse order, okay. Then for navigable set, we also have descending iterator, right? Basically in terms of sorting, okay. For map, we have iterate keys, values, or entries. So iterator map dot key set for iterator for value, then for all set for entry set for entries. Then for entries, we also have that. So you can see, and you can try to use them. When to use which? Simple iteration for each loop, remove during iteration, definitely iterator, bidirectional traversal, list iterator for lists only, then modify during iteration, list iterator, then conditional removal, remove if you don't want to go with iterator like in your code, then process remaining elements for each remaining. Okay, now we can move forward with our summary part and our next chapter, which is collections utility class.